and welcome to Amethyst Star Crafting. My name is Jane Allmark and I'm a UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. And I wanted to talk today about this incredible stamp set and coordinating dies. It's called Well Said, and if you've ever hunted around for different sentiments and wanted to know what to put together, and there was always something that you thought, oh, I don't know, this set is just amazing. You have two stamp sets and there are 51 different sentiments. So you've got, I'm not going to go through them all because you've got everything from anniversary to sympathy to Father's Day to birthday to love, wishes, retirement, Mother's Day, just about anything you can think of on here. You've also then got some lovely little sayings that can go inside. So knowing that love, prayers and caring surround you today. Make me smile. Far apart but close at heart. Sending healing thoughts your way. Time for a new adventure. You can put these with these. You can add, there's a to and a from and for the. So you can literally make whatever you want out of this. But it doesn't stop there. There is a coordinating set of well-written framelits. Now, I've taken some of these out because we're using them. But again, these are a double set. So you have, how many have we got in here? Let me have a look and see if it tells you how many. Lots and lots and lots and lots. I will actually look it up and see. 24. So you've got, they are really nice dies, but you have two sets. I've taken a whole pile off because we're using them today. But I really like the handwritten font of these. So if you turn them over, they're really easy to run through the Big Shot, and they come up absolutely beautiful. And not only have you got all the words you want, you've got things like an and, you've got an exclamation mark, you've got lovely little flowers, and you've got a leaf feature, and you've got, which we're using today, there's a little bird, and there's another flower flourish, and there's a little butterfly. So there is so much that you can do with this. I think it's something that we tend to buy lots of stamp sets and take the sayings that are with them. But there's always a time when you want to put something different in there and you can make up whatever you want. So let's have a look and see what we're going to do with this, because we're going to do something, as I always try and do, just a little bit different. So what I've done is I've already run through, this is a piece of Night of Navy, which is 5.5 by 3 3/4. This is going to be our base. But as I've always said, never waste your base. Use it to cut out the pieces you want. So we have got, whoa, this is a bit staticky. So let's put that there for a minute. Let's just move that out of the way. So I have taken this so I can use it. And we've got the little butterfly. We've got a thanks. I don't know whether I'm going to use it for this one. We've got a friend, which I think we'll probably use. We've got this lovely little flower flourish, and we've got the little bird. So I'm going to take the Take Your Pick tool, because that's really easy for taking these little pieces out, and we're just going to very simply just take these out. As I say, they are quite delicate, but as I say, the Take Your Pick tool works perfectly, and you can then take them out quite easily, as you can see. You just need to pop them through. Okay, and these little pieces come out as well. So the little leaves, you've got the little centre of the leaf on each one of them. Now, if you wanted to do piecing, you could cut out 2 and take these little pieces and put them in if you wanted to, or run it through in a silver or a gold or a coordinating colour of some sort. It's entirely up to you. I'm not doing that with this. Something you have to have a bit of patience with, and I haven't got that amount of patience. So that's our little flourish, which we're going to use. I'm just going to pop it over there. Let's take this little butterfly out. Say the take your pick tool is lovely because it goes into all of these little tiny pieces, and is something that I have in my craft room now all the time and use it for all sorts. There's a little release bit in here. Just take that out, and we've got this lovely little butterfly, and then we've got a little bird, so let's just pop him out, take his little eye out. There we go. And then we've got a thanks. Just take that one out. And as I say, I love the fact that these are beautifully done. They're not great big huge thick words. They're almost handwritten, which I think is lovely. It's very modern, very on trend at the moment. You know, if you go back a few years, we used to have dies that were really thick and chunky, and now, you know, you've got this absolutely lovely thanks on there, and we've got the friend, so we're just going to take the friend out. And as I say, I wanted you to see exactly how beautifully they cut. Now, there's a tiny little eye, so I'm just going to pop him out and put him over there so we don't lose him, because that's a piece that's very easy to lose, but if you put it carefully somewhere, you should be all right, because it's quite nice to have the little dot on top. It just sort of finishes it off. So let's just release this little one. Take that one out like that, and then it'll come out really easily. And then we have this beautiful friend. Okay, so I know I spent a little bit of time doing this, but I wanted you to see just how easy they are to run through, and how just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I love them. Okay, so I'm going to just put this back in here, and I will put my bits back, because what do they say? A tidy desk is a tidy mind. So let's just put these back in where they need to go, and then we can get started on what we're going to do. So as I say, beautiful flourish. I really like that one. And what I've done is I've put, because it works for me, I put them on magnetic sheets because I find it's easier for me to store them. And I will put in the things that I know that I'm going to use the most of. So then they're easy to find. So I've got happy and birthday at the top. And then I've got the friend, the thanks, the welcome, the love you. And we'll just pop this little thanks in on there, because as I say, they're the ones that I'm going to use most. And then we'll have the little bird and the butterfly on the second one. Organise them however you want, but as I say, you will need to put them on 2 magnetic sheets if you put them on magnetic sheets, or you know, there's more than a few dies in here, so put them as you want. Okay, so let me just get these little scrappy pieces out of the way in the bin, and then we can go on and work with this. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a piece of Whisper White cardstock, which is a 1/4 inch smaller than our mat. So this is 5 1/4 by 3 1/2. And then there is a circle, which is the second circle down in the stitch shape framelits. Now, what I wanted to do was to create our own background. So with this lovely flourish, when you're cutting them out, don't throw the mask pieces away, because we can use them, and that's exactly what we're going to use today. So I've got a couple that are cut out on here, and I have done them before. So we're just going to put that down at the bottom, take a sponge dauber, and we're going to use, because we cut it out in Night of Navy, we're going to use the Night of Navy, and we are going to create a background for this. So just sort of put it down where you want. Take I find the sponges are easier to work with, and we're just going to sponge this through. Now I would, as I've always said, take things lightly. Don't do them too hard, because you can always build up colour. So by doing it lightly, what we're wanting to do is to create a monotone background, which will then go with the rest of the card. And it's another way of creating your own DSP. You could do it on a large sheet and cut it down, but I think that looks really pretty. Now we can get another one up in on here in the centre. So let's bring it down on here. Sponge again. You can stick it down, so you can use some washi tape or something, but I find if you're moving a mask around, as long as you hold it with your fingers, you don't really need to tape it down. It's not a necessity. And when we're doing something like this, which is just sort of a light background, now we'll take another one in on here. And it's a matter of just working it round so that it's fairly random. You don't want it overly precise. And this is where we can then take these lovely little sort of swirly pieces here and just take it round so that you've got it round on the sides, so you can fill in any of those little spaces, and you can do it whichever way you want. So I'm doing this bit with some swirls on and just taking that little swirly piece, which I think is pretty. The bottom piece I'm going to do another swirl, because I've got those leaf little flower pieces right on the side. And then we're going to do another one just down here on the bottom. And as I say, once you've got the mask, you can use it a few times. It will get a bit mucky, and I would think probably 3 or 4 times, depending on what colour you're using. And then you will probably need to change it. And but as I say, whenever you're die cutting stuff out, always think of what's left over, because they work beautifully. And I think that this is just a lovely background. There we go. And is that about balanced? I think that's about right, don't you? Yeah, okay. So that's given us a very pretty background to work with. So we've now got our base that we can put this on, and we've then got this to go up. The base is actually a little bit big on this. It's probably a little bit bigger than I would probably have liked. But it'll work. It'll work for what we're doing. So I think on this one we're going to have, we can have either friend or thanks on here. So if we put the friend in here, and this is where you can then take the other set and look and think what you want to have with friend. What did I think that was really rather nice on here? Sending healing thoughts your way, friend, or know that love, prayers and caring surround you today, friend. Oh, I don't know. Thoughtful, generous, that's you, friend. Whatever, whenever, I'm here for you, friend. I think that's quite nice. We might have that one. So let's have a little look on here. Now, they are not the easiest to read. So what I've done is I've just actually stamped out a sheet so I can read what they all say and where they're positioned. And we want, what did we say we want? Best things about today is you, friend. So happy you're here, friend. Make me smile, friend. My life is better because you're in it, friend. You mean the world to me, friend. No, this is it. So it's this one which is going to be upside down. So where's the 2? Right, let's turn it that way round. So that's me 2, 4. And as I say, I will do it another way, but I've only just got this out. So it's got to be this one. No, that, no. No, that, love, right. It's the opposite side, so it's that one. Right, let's take this one out. As I say, I've only just got this set, so I haven't really organised it and sorted, but I will sure stamp each one out carefully. But I think that that's going to work well. So let's take this one off, and we can put it on one of the little blocks like this. There we go. And we want the Night of Navy ink. So let's just move that out of the way for a minute. And we want the friend at the bottom. So let's put this on top. And that's why I said there are just so many ways of using this lovely stamp set. Okay, so let's have this up at the top. And we'll have it up as near to the top as we can get it. Be careful of my lights, because my lights are so bright that it's very difficult to actually see, because I get a real shine over the top. There we are. Whatever, whenever, I'm here for you. And then we can put the friend underneath like that. Lovely. Okay, so I am just going to put that down with a bit of wet glue, which I've just got on the other desk. Bear with me a second. Grab my wet glue. Now you can do these, you can do them all with our sticky sheets, and then just peel them all off, and keep whenever you are doing a mat, don't waste what that space is. Cut yourself out a whole set of something. I'm going to be using these because I think that if I have them in a case with lots of different sentiments and things ready to use, I'm likely to, whoops, that's a bit of a blob, I'm likely to use them more. Now I know some people use a sponge and will sponge their wet glue on, and that's a good way of doing it. I tend to just do it like this. Unfortunately, I've got a bit of a blob on this piece, but that doesn't matter. We will we'll take that out carefully. What have I got to take it out with? I'm just going to use a little scrap of paper on here and just take the excess of that off, because I don't want the excess coming through, otherwise it'll make a bit of a mess on there. Right, okay, so I'm just going to dab that off a bit. And then we can get my glue off my fingers. It's always when you're on camera that you end up doing a bit of a boo-boo on it, but I think it'll work fine. So we want to put whatever, whenever, I'm here for you, friend. And we'll have the friend just in across here like that. Put it down. And just very carefully press it. Which, as I say, just a lovely font. And then I will probably put something just at the bottom. I don't know quite what yet. So let's have a little look at building this up a bit. I'm not going to, as I said, I don't stick everything down for you because you all know how to stick things. But I'm just going to take a white base just to give as an example on this. So let's take the matte piece on there, and as I say, cut your mats up because you're not, or use the centerpiece of them because you're not going to see it. And then if we put whatever, whenever, friend in on here, and then we've got that lovely little flourishy piece, so we could put that down and take that up in the corner like that. That looks nice. Take it maybe down to about there, so that's more centralised. And then we've got, there's this little bird that I think is rather sweet, and I think I might just balance this by just tucking him in the top like that. And then we've got the little butterfly, and I can use him on this time, and just he's got a life of his own. And I might just put the butterfly down here on the bottom like that, and then put I've got some of the thick Night of Navy baker's twine, put some baker's twine up in the corner. You know, add whatever you want onto it. The little flowers are really rather good because you can cut out the flowers in a different colour to go on top if you didn't want a monochrome. So I'll show you a couple of samples that I did. This is one that I'm just working on, so it's not finished, but this is using the lovely sort of leafy part, and again I've done it sort of fairly monochrome on there, and I've put love and wishes and stamped that, and then took the flowers and put the flowers actually onto the stencil part on there, and that was done in Cherry Cobbler. And then this one, let me take that one out of the way. This is one that I did in Crumb Cake, and you can see here that the flourish was done with mint macaron, and then I just took the flowers with purple to just add just a little bit of another colour in there. But you can see how pretty this background is just by using what's left over when you've cut out your flourishes. So I hope it's a useful idea, and I hope you'll give it a try. And as I say, if you're looking to invest in a sentiment, a word and coordinating die set, then I really do suggest that you invest in this one. It's a perfect time to invest in it now, before the end of celebration, because you can get some free products from the celebration catalogue. So have a look over on my blog, which is amethyststarcrafting.blogspot.com, and there'll be all sorts of details on there for you regarding celebration. But thank you so much for watching me today, and do look forward to seeing you again. Bye bye.